Hey guys, welcome to Doing It Blonde. I'm going to be making some fried rice with the rice that I did make. Takes a little bit of preparation. There's several different ways to do fried rice. Of course, I don't have a wok. I got a nice big frying pan. I'm preheating this on a medium-high to medium heat. That way the pan is nice and hot. And what I'm going to do is slowly add the ingredients. Some of the ingredients I'm going to be adding is I've got 2 teaspoons of sugar. I've got soy sauce, of course, and we'll just add that a little at a time. That's a light soy sauce. And then I've got some onions, about a cup of onions, about a cup of corn kernels. I also have peas and carrots and a can of drained cut green beans. But of course you can use any and all vegetables that you want to. Like if I had broccoli and some snow peas, I would have thawed some of those out and added it to my vegetables. Here I've got my rice, my 2 cups of rice that I cooked in the previous video. And then of course in this little bowl I've got 3 eggs that I'm going to scramble to add to the rice. And of course I'm going to be adding these in a little at a time. I'm going to add some oil to my pan. I love this little contraption. You just buy one of those oil or salad dressing type things and fill it with oil. That way all you have to do is turn it on the pan and you got oil coming out. If I had to take a wild guess, that's at least a tablespoon or 2 of oil. And I'm going to currently add my onions and my corn. And again, you just want to keep it at a medium heat. You don't want to burn your face off, and you don't need it on high. So you're going to just put in your vegetables, at least the onions and the corn, because corn can cook for a long time and it's not going to break down too bad. And I use canola oil. With some Chinese recipes, you can actually use sesame oil. Unfortunately, I don't have sesame oil, so that's one thing I maybe should invest in getting. Is some oil, sesame oil, for that authentic taste. Now I'm just slowly sauteing these vegetables. Of course, I'm cranking up the heat just a little bit because I'm going to start adding all these other things to it. And I'm just trying to, I can hear it sizzling. That's how I know whether I'm on the money or not, or what. Plus I can smell the onion. And because I'm doing that, I'm gonna do a couple shakes of some garlic powder. I love garlic powder, so it's not going to hurt to put plenty of garlic. You can use garlic powder or fresh garlic or minced garlic. I don't have access to that right now, so I'm just going to use the granulated or the powdered kind. It smells good already, even with that little bit that I've got in here. And for safety reasons, I'm using a nice big spoon, a big slotted spoon to help me move things around. Because of course I can't see what's going on. I can only hear what's going on in the pan. Alright. I'm going to let that sit for a second. Bring that to the edge and let it sit there. And I'm going to start on my eggs. Inside my eggs, I cracked 3 eggs in the bowl. And I added some pepper and some salt. And all I'm going to do is just whisk the living Tar Heels out of this. Or should I say fork it. Nothing like forking your eggs. And getting it ready for some Chinese food. And of course, because you've got eggs in your, you don't have to add eggs. It's, you know, something that's a traditional thing if you'd like to. But I always like to add my eggs along with my onions and my corn, because it'll take and separate. And then that way I can start adding other ingredients into it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add in my eggs. And I can hear it sizzling. Get that over to the side. We'll do dishes later, of course. And because we have it on such an interesting heat, I'm just going to dance this around the pot. You're just going to slap it around. But of course gently, so it doesn't come flying at you, of course. And I hear that it's getting a little bit soft with the cooking, so I think I'm coming to almost a done consistency with the eggs. And I can smell it. I can smell how it's cooking with the onions and everything. And it smells good. And you can kind of almost smell that the eggs are coming to a close. Now, with that being said and done, then we are going to start slowly adding our rice. Of course, nice and separated. There's one container of rice. And I think with this one, we're just going to add probably half. Because I don't want to overwhelm my frying pan. Okay. And I'm going to lower the heat all the way to medium. Because I can smell the eggs getting a little crusty and burnt within the rice. And of course, I'm just scooping and folding and mixing. And then, of course, that's when we add our can of drained green beans. Put that off to the side. Peas and carrots I like to add to the very, very end. Why, you ask? Because the peas are very, very tender, so to speak. Even once you thaw them out. Okay, here we go with some of the soy sauce. And I can tell I'm adding it because I can hear it reacting to the soy sauce. I'm just going to add a couple dribbles. And on top of that, I'm going to add our 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm going to find the edge of the pan and sprinkle that on top, like so. And I think that's just something that they add because, you know, some foods don't have, unless you buy MSG, of course, then you're going to deal with that. But you're just going to fold in, slowly, back and forth. And of course your spoon will feel where the rice and the vegetables are. Just going to fold it nice and slow. Okay, and of course, because I don't hear that sizzle anymore, I'm going to up the ante just a tad and turn it back up a hair. hear a sizzle now. Okay? And we just want to toss this and everything until the rice is warmed through, because that rice is cold, you know, from the refrigerator. And now that we've got all the vegetables, all the other ingredients in here, the last thing, of course, peas and carrots. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in there like that. And commence to folding and getting the peas and carrots in there. And like I said, when you're making your own fried rice, you can add as many vegetables as you want. I mean, heck, if I had, like I said, cauliflower and some snow peas, you can even cut up some squash or zucchini and there we go. Fried rice.